Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet of the Madden 17 Pittsburgh Steelers Franchise Steeler Nation. This is episode 8, and we are taking a look at the upcoming game coming up here on the channel for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that'll be Super Bowl 51, and they will be playing against the Seattle Seahawks in that game. So this is a preview special showing you guys what's going on here as you take a look at the injury report there, and a couple of course key guys for us not going to be in the game, like Ryan Shazier. He's going to be out for the remainder of the season with the injury. But yeah, Seahawks and Steelers going to face each other once again. Last time these two faced each other at the Super Bowl was actually a couple of years ago. Ben Roethlisberger, I think, was just coming into the league, and he won his first Super Bowl against them, which was a pretty amazing thing for him, for his career, and really launchpad what is his career nowadays, and what he's known for. So there you see 15-1 for the Steelers. Of course, we lost our first game in Week 15 against the Cincinnati Bengals, and of course we went on to win 2 more after that and continue winning throughout the rest of the postseason. As for the Seahawks, 8-7-1. There you see there, and their record there. Of course, they were with the Rams. I think it was like 2 other teams that tied this in this season of the game. Take a look at some of the stats there, and for the most part, we're just kind of just casually talk about this team or for the Steelers here this season. It's been I will say, been an interesting season. From the get-go, starting this series, I really wanted to really build this defense as the refurbished or rebranded Steel Curtain. The classic defensive, no nonsense type of defense that was back in the late 60s, early 70s with the Steelers. Try to bring that back again, and of course, so we've so far, or at least scouting wise, I think we got some pretty good guys that we can bring in here next season. We're going to try to get younger as the season goes on. That's been something I've been saying throughout this whole series here, that we got to start getting some of these older guys out and try to bring some fresher, younger, very aggressive defensive type of personalities on our team, and that's what I think what we're going to try to do with the draft and also with free agency. I have been looking at some guys for free agency there that could possibly come up on a board on the free agency side, and of course on the draft boards there. But yeah, basically this first season, after this after this season's over with, win or lose the Super Bowl, we're going to be looking at the defensive side of the ball, really being very aggressive with the defense, mainly in the defensive line and also on the defensive secondary, which are corners and safeties there. I feel very, very confident that our linebackers core is very great. We're not going to have, of course, James Harden. We're not going to re-sign him because chances are he's going to retire. There you see Ryan Shazier, his numbers there for the season, 9.5 sacks there. He's going to be a very valuable commodity for us, for this team, especially on the defensive side. Same thing with Arthur Moats. And also Cameron Hayward there on the defensive line. That's going to be something that's going to be really, really important for us as the season, or as we build our defense around those guys. And really the defensive line, that's something I'm trying to revamp. I already decided, I think in another episode, or a previous episode here on Steeler Nation, that we're going to go ahead and go with, instead of a 3-4 that we currently have, we're going to go with a 4-3 defense. With that being said, that means we'll have one more extra guy on the line, one less guy in the linebacker position. But I think, honestly, that's going to be a lot. It's going to help us a lot more in that area. um, along with try to get some more speedy safeties that I've been looking at drafting wise there, because some of the guys that we have right now in our secondary, when it comes to our safeties and especially mainly our safeties there, it doesn't do any good for us. Some of those guys are on could possibly be not get re-signed after this upcoming season. They could be released. During training camp, because we are going to be looking. I've got some ideas of some guys that we're going to go after in the draft wise. So we're going to utilize the draft a lot more. Also, we're going to try to get some earlier draft picks, because there are some guys that we want that are going to be on the board defensively for us coming up on that draft of the upcoming draft. So that's something, like I said, we're going to be looking at quite a bit. Not to mention, I just feel like we need more guys that has more speed, and I think our corners and safeties just don't have that speed. So if we get rid of one or two of those guys and whatnot, I think we'll be in good shape when it comes to signing some of these free agents there also and whatnot. But yeah, that right there, that's pretty much what we're gonna have to do. Of course, this Super Bowl we're playing against a very tough defense. The Legion of Boom or Doom or whatever you want to call them. The Seattle Seahawks there. Take a look at some of their numbers this past season here as you take a look at their numbers for the season. We're just going to be this is going to be a team we're going to really have to watch out for when we play the offense. When we're playing against the defense there, I should say, Sherman's going to be everywhere, regardless of what side of the ball you throw. They're going to, do their best to get him involved in this game a lot more sooner, a lot more involved. So with him and Earl and all those guys right there, they're going to be guys that we're going to definitely have to try to really contain and just try to avoid it as much as possible if we can. But that's when you play against a good offense like we have, which our offense is great. That's why I haven't said too much about it, because really we got guys locked in for some long-term deals that we're not going to be really too concerned about. They're going to be, with us for quite a while. The only position I think we'll have to worry about is maybe the fullback position. I do have some ideas of some fullbacks that I would like to go after through free agency, but also there are quarterback or our issue, which Ben, he has another I say another 2 to 3 more years, maybe 4 years. So like I said, we'll deal with that when it comes to when we get to that. But for right now, we're not worried too concerned about that, especially on offense. Like I said, we have a great offensive core, especially with our receivers there. May have to, change some things on the line from here to there, but for the most part, we're looking pretty good. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to. But going back to the defense, there, that's something we're gonna have to look at and something we're gonna have to deal with, and gonna have to really just try to work on as much as possible, especially the defensive line. So defensive line there, we're gonna work on that as much a lot, and also, like I said, there's quarters and safety. So should be a interesting way for us for the offseason there. That's what we're going to try to work at. We will have when we start our offseason here after the Super Bowl, we will have a couple offseason videos talking about the players that we're going to go after defensively for the draft there. So we'll have that coming up here after the Super Bowl. But as for the Super Bowl itself, like I said, we're really gonna have to keep just a watch of where we throw. Make sure we don't have guys like Thomas the Third there, and also Richard Sherman and Cam, all those guys. We got to try to watch Chancellor, all those guys. We have to try to keep watch of them, watch where we throw, kind of keep an eye on them, and that's something we've been looking at Game Film all week long. Make sure that they have try and watch their mannerisms, watch where they go at, and just try to keep a track of put the numbers in our where the numbers are, put them in more of our favor, and really try to move the ball as much as we can. I will say we'll definitely be running the ball a lot more in this upcoming game, which that's the game plan. Like I think I've mentioned this before, but Bell has some very fresh legs right now. His legs are in the first almost a mid-season form. I mean, because he hasn't been playing that much. Most of the games he has been playing was towards the end of the regular season, going to the playoffs. So he's got fresh legs. He's going to be able to move the ball very, very well for us, and not to mention we're going to utilize not just him running the ball, but also Williams running the ball. We'll have him run the ball a little bit more consistently, as he's been running the ball for us all season long. But on those short third downs, there we can get him. Not to mention we can even throw to him, throwing just a couple screen passes there to help us out. So that is going to be something. Like I said, that backfield is going to be very important for us coming up. Fortunately, we'll have Antonio Brown. We're going to try to utilize him a little bit more, as he's been kind of been taken out of the game this season with Whedon and of course Green doing so well. One of our top receivers there for the season. Brown, he's still our number one guy on the team, but not too many people are keeping an eye on him, and I think that might be a great asset for us, as we can throw to him. And not with the numbers that he's had this year so far, I don't think many people will think of him as a threat. Now, mind you, he is still a threat, and they still know what he's capable of doing. But numbers-wise this season, he has not been. We haven't thrown to him that much, and of course he was out for a while there with an injury. So I don't think the Seahawks will be. We won't be too worried about him. I think they'll keep their eye mostly on Green, as much damage we'll be doing with Green, throwing the ball up the middle there to him as our tight end and whatnot. I really think that they'll really focus in on him and only him. But yeah, we'll take a. But yeah, that's pretty much how it's going to be. For the rest of the, pretty much how we're going to do here for this season is to make sure that they have, that we can do, utilize those key assets in our offense there. And like I said, just try to avoid really anything when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. Just make sure we keep the ball. Avoid turnovers, make sure we don't throw the ball away, and make sure we read the defense really well, because this defense that the Seahawks have, it's not a fun. These guys can come after you at all types of angles there. Not to mention, we got to keep an eye on their offense, as Russell Wilson, Mr. Wilson can do a lot. With not just with his arm, but also with his legs, try to keep him contained and keep him in check as we go along here. So, it's gonna be very interesting to see how that all goes. and pretty much just try to see if how we can win this game. And look at the numbers here. You guys have been seeing the team stats there. I think it's going to be a very close game. I don't see too much of a blowout. We're really going to do. We're really going to try to, keep the game close. But if we can pull away, that'd be great. But I don't see us running away and pulling away from this game too much, especially with the way how the Seahawks defense is. Excuse me. I don't see them being too that much careless on the field. I think they're going to be right on top of us. I think they're going to. I'll tell you this much. I expect some turnovers. If they get their way and they get us to play their way of playing football and really control Ben and kind of really confuse him, turnovers are going to be a really big problem for us. But a key reason why if that happens, they'll end up winning the game. So we'll see how that goes here coming up in that ball game coming up against the Seahawks. So Russell Wilson, and it's kind of weird too because Wilson now, this will be his third appearance in the Super Bowl. Because he's already made two. He's won one and lost one, so he could possibly be his third chance here to win a second Super Bowl ring. So same thing with Ben. He's been in several here. The last time he was in the Super Bowl, of course, was against the Green Bay Packers. Lost that one there in Dallas, and so now he has a chance here now to come back to Texas, the great state of Texas, and win another Super Bowl. And I believe it'll be his third. Yeah, it'll be his third Super Bowl victory here if he can win this one. So we'll see how that goes as we move along here, as we take a look at the stats here. And I know I didn't get into too much of the stats and takeaways and stuff like that, but you guys can look at this and you guys can tell who's going to be doing what. Like I said, it's going to be a really interesting game because both teams are pretty close in. In statistics there, both on the offense and defensive side of the ball. So I think it's going to be a pretty well-balanced game between the two teams here. So take a look. The big game coming up, Super Bowl 51. Fans are going to be watching this one, and it should be a very interesting game. As you see there, 15-1 Steelers going against an 8-7-1 Seattle Seahawks coming up. So, if you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, there'll be more Steeler Nation videos right after the Super Bowl. We'll have some Super Bowl or some draft special showing you guys who we've been drafting, because I haven't mentioned any of those guys yet, who we've been scouting and whatnot. I'll show you guys the scouting board and how that's going to go for us. Coming up, we'll go by positions of what we need for this ball club. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to hit that subscription button if you are new to the channel and want some more Steelers franchise here on the channel. Hit that button there. Don't forget, also check out us on Facebook, Twitter, and some of the links are down below in the description for the latest news and information on what's going on here on the channel and what is going on in the world of sports in general. So thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely stay tuned for the Super Bowl. It will be coming up here soon on the channel. The Pittsburgh Steelers going against the Seattle Seahawks coming up here on ESGNet. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care of each other and take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you guys next time.